What is up, everybody? It's a new week. It's Monday. And before we get to Monday Night Raw on Netflix, as you guys know, we were not here last week for NXT AEW Dynamite. I know we're usually not here for Dynamite, but, we still have that on. TNA's been on as of late, and there's been a lot going on in TNA. We're here for SmackDown, Saturday night's main event, but we are back here tonight. We'll be back here live tonight for Monday Night Raw and everything that will be going down this week as we are here for the Royal Rumble. So I figured we come here, we chat a little bit. We did talk a little bit yesterday during the football games about some of the stuff that did happen, but I figured we talk a little bit more about it. We get ready for the Royal Rumble week, and we just started off here on the channel with an episode that we've been having a couple weeks. We got Rapper in the house. What's up, Rapper? And we also have some news that, as we will talk about, because WWE has signed Miss Jordynne Grace to a deal, and it's seeming be official ASAP. So most likely see her in the Royal Rumble this week, and then we'll see where she goes as she will have her first road to WrestleMania. But before we get to Jordynne Grace and we talk about all that, guys, let me know some comments in the chat. Whatever you want to talk about here today, let me know. We'll be here as long as we got comments in the chat. But let's go all the way back to last Monday night. We were here on Monday night for Monday Night Raw on Netflix. We watched the 3-hour show. We got Devin in the house. What's up, Devin? And everything else like that. And then we were not here for the rest of the week. NXT on Tuesday night. NXT was a good show, as usual. NXT does what they usually do. We did see Roxanne and Cora Jade have a little confrontation with Bayley and Julia, and they went out there, and it's seemingly to be that Roxanne and possibly Cora Jade being called up to the main roster, or maybe Bayley staying in NXT for a little bit of time and having a feud, or maybe they do go back and forth with both shows and everything. But I would not mind seeing a Bayley-Roxanne match at possibly the Elimination Chamber. Maybe they could build it up all the way up to WrestleMania. I think we need more of those. And I've talked about it a lot in the past about having matches like that maybe does not need to include a title. Maybe two women just don't like each other. Or maybe they have themselves a tag team match and Cora Jade's involved too. But, I don't know if Cora will get called up just yet. I think Cora will definitely be possibly in the Royal Rumble. I know people have mentioned people like Sol Ruka, Lola Vice, stuff like that, but I think that's possibly next year. I think like Jada Parker, Lola Vice, and like Sol Ruka will be like the three people next year. And maybe one of them will be an NXT Women's Champion. And I think Julia, Stephanie, and all of them will already be called up by then. But that's next year. And we're getting too far ahead of ourselves. But, sometimes that's what, people, you never can live in the moment. But we'll have to see what happens with all of that. But how do you guys feel about the Bayley and Roxanne? Where do you guys want to see it go? And how do you feel about the way that the transfer window has happened and with people going from Raw to SmackDown, SmackDown to Raw? And it's seeming to be that in just 3-4 months, we'll probably have another draft if they do the draft, or maybe this will be considered the Superstar Shake. I don't know what the heck is going on with that. But we did see on SmackDown, before I do forget, we did see Damian Priest, the Wyatt family, and The Miz has all been moved over to SmackDown. And Bayley has been moved over to Raw. If you did not, yes, Raw. So as of right now, those are the ones that I know of. If there is any ones that I have not mentioned, then let me know. We got Byron in the house. What's up, Byron? How you doing? Byron Cutler. What's up, Byron? The pre-show starts at 3 o'clock Central Standard Time. Thank you for that. That helps out because I was about to ask people what time it started because sometimes, it is – the Royal Rumble is considered one of the big 4 pay-per-views. And if you do know, and if you have watched the Royal Rumble before, the Royal Rumble matches will most likely be about 45 minutes, 55 to an hour long. So that's 2 hours right there for the matches. We got the ladder match. We got a 2 out of 3 falls match. And maybe they add one more match. So, yeah, probably like 2.5, 3 hours. The pre-show will probably be 2 hours, and the show will start at 5 o'clock. We'll have to see how it goes. But that is one of the things that did happen on NXT. We did also see a North American Heritage Cup match. We did see Eddie Thorne and Eddie Thorne continue to do what Eddie Thorne is doing and taking out Oba Femi, and now it seems like we're getting Oba and Eddie Thorne again. Eddie Thorne just needs to go away. I just do not want to see Eddie Thorne no more. Listen, I don't have anything against the man, but like I'm just over it. We had Ethan Page continue to do what Ethan Page does, just walk around and harass everybody. We did see Izzy Dane pick up and help Tony D'Angelo get the dub, which I thought was really interesting and that I thought was like, yeah. Carmen Petrovic got the win and she did her thing and she continued, or she had, she did. She stole the win. She had herself a good time. But NXT was good. And as we continue the ways to what they will be doing on the next pay-per-view, PLE for NXT. Now, SmackDown. SmackDown, a 3-hour show. I don't know how you guys feel about SmackDown, but the 3-hour show for SmackDown, I am just... 3 hours is a lot sometimes, and I just feel like they need to have more people go. Like, I feel like if Jordan Grace is, like, officially signed, Jordan Grace needs to be on SmackDown. Roxanne Perez should probably go to SmackDown, but again, that wouldn't make sense if she's feuding with Bayley now. I just think that SmackDown needs more people because as much as I love seeing the Motor City Machine Guns, Pretty Deadly, and all these guys, there's no reason to have these random tag team matches just to fill filler spots to give all these guys TV time. Let's build some things and let's continue to do it. And I love SmackDown. And Triple H did say SmackDown will be going back to the 2-hour show eventually. But for me, SmackDown, the 3 hours, I watched it after night one of Sox Fest. And besides a few things, I really don't remember too much that happened because we also had Saturday night's main event on Saturday. And I feel like it was just a way for them to continue to obviously build their way to the Royal Rumble. We did have like 7-8 women did declare themselves for the Royal Rumble match on SmackDown. They all just came out and started saying that I'm in the Royal Rumble. You're in the Royal Rumble. We're all in the Royal Rumble. So we did see all of that go down. And as the field for the Royal Rumble matches continues to go and continues to fill up. But the women continuing to go and just, we did it, like I said, tag teams did what they always do, a couple random tag team matches. Nothing too crazy, nothing too exciting. Honestly happened on SmackDown. Because, as I said, we had Saturday night's main event. And we had Jey Uso taking on Gunther. We had Rhea Ripley taking on Nia Jax. We had Sheamus trying to become a Grand Slam champion against Braun Breaker. We had the contract signing between Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens with Shawn Michaels. And then we had Jacob Fatu and Braun Strowman, which honestly, that was the match I was most excited to see. And that was the match that was probably the worst because all Jacob Fatu did was destroy Braun Strowman. And the match was ended by a disqualification. And I cannot tell you how much I hate these random disqualifications of just what, like, there was no reason for that. I was, like I said, Jacob Fatu, Braun Strowman, they hyped that match up too a lot during the preview, and then they just let it do whatever it was. And as everybody knows, if you've watched Saturday night's main event, there has not been a title change in God knows when since Saturday night. I don't think there's ever been a title change in Saturday night's main event. We got Kyle in the house. What's up, DJ? Guys, let me know for sure. I don't think there has been, but once obviously, we knew none of the titles were going to change hands. I will say Gunther and Jey went out there and had a really good match, and I did believe Jey was going to win at one point when he did have that near fall at the end of the match, but we saw Gunther win. We saw Rhea win. We saw all the titles continue to stay the same. And honestly, for me, the most exciting part for Saturday night's main event was watching Shawn Michaels super kick Kevin Owens. And I was getting ready to feel like we were in 2006, 2009 again, and Shawn Michaels was going to bring out his gear and start whooping Kevin Owens' ass. Saturday night's main event, it was another 2 hours, and I did watch it a little bit later on in the night because, as you guys know, I was at Sox Fest for the weekend, so I did not watch Saturday night's main event live or SmackDown live, so I did skip through a lot of stuff that obviously really wasn't that important and everything else like that, but for the most part, I feel like Saturday night's main event was, what it was. It was okay. It was a show, and yeah. But That was what happened on Saturday night's main event. And pretty much everything. Was it two? Was it two? Okay, okay, two. Thank you, Kyle, for helping me with this information because I thought it was nothing. But two titles have changed hands. Okay, so two in history. Okay, in history, all of two championships because they used to do Saturday night's main event back in the day all the time. But that was last week. And now we're back here because it's a new week. And as Kyle says, it's Royal Rumble week, everybody. And the road to WrestleMania Las Vegas, April 19th and April 20th, will begin this Saturday at the Royal Rumble in Indianapolis, Lucas Oil Stadium, the home of the Colts. We're going to see who wins the ladder match. We're going to see who walks out of the winners of the men's and women's Royal Rumble matches and will punch their ticket to WrestleMania in Vegas. We got a 2 out of 3 falls match between DIY and the Motor City Machine Guns. Speaking of that, I did forget also, we did see more shenanigans with Pretty Deadly and Apollo Crews and all of that stuff. And, blah, blah, blah. And, I don't really know what we're doing here, but Pretty Deadly needs to get themselves a little title match because you can hate on Pretty Deadly, but it's always, yes, boy, here on the channel. Going to be a nice drive. That's right. Kyle and the OTM guys are going to Indianapolis. I just got done driving. What did I drive? Like 9 hours back and forth to Sox Fest and stuff. Yeah, that was fun. So, nice little 2-hour trip, Kyle. That will be good. Have fun. Send some pictures. All that good stuff, man. That's the one pay-per-view I want to go to so bad. I want to go to the Royal Rumble. And I want to go to I don't know. It's got it. Somebody asked me if I had to go to a WrestleMania or a Royal Rumble. And if I'm going to WrestleMania, I'm going to 2 nights. So if you only give me 1 night of WrestleMania, I'm probably going to go to the Royal Rumble. Because I'd rather go to 2 nights of WrestleMania than go to 1 night. So, you let me know though. Would you guys rather go to 1 night of WrestleMania or go to a Royal Rumble pay-per-view? I don't know. I'm just the type of person, if I'm going to go to something like I went to Sox Fest, I'm going to go to both nights. I'm going to have some meet and greets. I'm going to experience it all. We're going to have a good time. I don't know. That's just how I am. So, let me know, though. Let me know in the chats. 9. That's a dedicated fan. 9 what? Yes, dedicated. I listen. Well, 3 hours to Chicago. A couple hours where I was driving around, and then another hour to Chicago, and then a 4-hour trip back to Wisconsin. It was so much fun. Exactly. You got to do it all. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Kyle went to the, were we talking? I don't think we were talking then. Okay. Because I was going to say, I would have definitely remembered you telling me you go into the Royal Rumble. 2021. Who won that one? It was, I just watched it. Shoot, no, don't tell me. Don't tell me. So COVID WrestleMania. Oh, wait. The 2021 Royal Rumble was the COVID Royal Rumble in the Thunderdome. Are you talking about 2020? Oh. Yeah, wait, but the COVID Royal Rumble was in 21. Okay, 20. Okay, yeah, so that was the one that, the one that Brock and Ronda won. Yeah, I feel you on that. But, I mean, listen, seeing the Royal Rumble live had to be cool, though. Yeah, I mean, they should be better. Royal Rumble match card order is Women's Royal Rumble. Oh, we already got the match card by Byron. Byron, you love to see it. You guys will have to wait to give, and you will have to wait to see my full Royal Rumble predictions on Friday. But we'll give you some teases on after we read a few more comments. But we got the Women's Royal Rumble. We got the 2 out of 3 falls. We got the Men's Royal Rumble. And then we got Cody and Kevin. Cody and Kevin really gonna, I don't know why, but I feel like the Royal Rumbles should main event the show. And yes, I believe they will add one more match. What will that match be? I was going to say it was going to be Lyra and Dakota, but we sadly saw Dakota Kai as a concussion, and now she may be out for the Royal Rumble this week. We could possibly see maybe the U.S. title maybe LA Knight and Sheamus, or not Sheamus, I'm sorry, Shinsuke. But doesn't Shinsuke have a new number one contender? I feel like I'm missing something. I don't know. But I think that we will see one more match. Yeah, no, yeah, she has a concussion, apparently. Sadly. Yeah, I hate to see it. She cannot catch a break. She deserves the world, and she just, poor girl, just cannot stay healthy. But as the show says, the show must go on, and maybe Dakota will clear it by Saturday, and hopefully we do, and we see her in the Royal Rumble, because I think it's only a matter of time before we see Dakota Kai, and I think Dakota Kai should very well, and she needs to win a Royal Rumble very likely, but she needs to win herself a title or do something, because Dakota Kai's had some really, really bad luck right now in the WWE. Shinsuke, I mean, Kyle. How many times though, bro, have we seen Intercontinental, U.S. World Championship matches, and then the person is in the match at number like 27? I mean, I've seen so many years that like Dolph Ziggler lost to freaking, I forgot who he lost to, but then he entered the 2011 Royal Rumble at number like 48 or number 38 or for some reason. So, or what what about 2010 when the Miz and MVP and the Miz and MVP had a match that night, and then they both came out after each other back to back, and then they eliminated each other. What was the point of that if they had a match earlier in the night? But I mean, he could have a match, so we'll just have to wait and see. We still have Monday Night Raw tonight, which leads me to the next thing that I want to talk about. What is going on tonight on WWE programming and Monday Night Raw? Because we got the return of the YouTube sensation. Logan Paul makes his Raw debut. We got the War Raiders defend the World Tag Team titles against Dominic Mysterio and JD McDonough of the Judgment Day. We got Sami Zayn, as he goes to head with Drew McIntyre. The undisputed WWE Champion Cody Rhodes has returned and will return to WWE Raw tonight. And it looks like Cody and Gunther are probably going to switch brands too. Gunther going to SmackDown and Cody going to Raw in this transfer window. And it seems like Netflix wants Cody really bad. Roman is not advertised, but that doesn't mean that he can't show up. Yes, we are also going to be seeing the WWE 2K25 trailer, supposedly. Hopefully. As you guys know, WWE 2K25 will be coming out very, very soon. Probably around March, right around that time as it always does. Like the first half of the first quarter of the games, or however they consider that. Sami has never beaten Drew. Maybe, I will say this, if it's not Cody main eventing, I think Sami and Drew are going to be the main event tonight. By just looking at the card that they have right now. Because I think all Logan's going to do is come out and he's going to say, I'm entering the 2025 Royal Rumble match. And I'm going to throw over all 29 guys. And I'm going to main event WrestleMania. Blah, 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 blah. Also, speaking of that, before I forget, the reason why we have not seen our guy, Mr. John Cena, you can't see him, is because he is filming a movie right now, and hopefully he will be back. Obviously, he will be on this Saturday at the Royal Rumble. But if anybody was wondering, that is why we have not seen our guy, Mr. John freaking Cena, because I was very sad, and I was like, you said you weren't leaving, and then you leaving us, John. But let's talk about what else we have going on this week, because we do have a lot going on this week, as we're going to make up for some of the stuff that we did not do last week, as we were, as I said, traveling and went to Sox Fest, everybody. But we're here right now, and then we'll be back here tonight at 7 o'clock, as we'll be here live to watch the Raw on Netflix. We got Logan Paul, Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, Bianca, Naomi. We're going to see it all go down. Naomi and Bianca defending the tag titles too. So we got a lot of stuff to go down for another 2.5, 3-hour Raw. Or who knows, maybe tonight will be the 4-hour show that we are all dreading to wait and see. Now tomorrow, We usually are going to be live for NXT, but I got asked to be a guest on a podcast that want to chat about the Royal Rumble, and it is on at the same time as NXT. So we will be live kind of for NXT, except we will be on another podcast. So if you want to come and hang out, we'll talk Royal Rumble predictions. We'll have NXT on in the background. We'll talk, you want to chat about NXT, all that good stuff. But we'll be a guest on World Elite podcast as we will be talking Royal Rumble, and we'll be talking about everything that will be going down. And you guys know me. I'm the Royal Rumble encyclopedia. I got freaking Royal Rumble stats for days. So I cannot wait to preview the Royal Rumble on World Elite Podcast tomorrow. And then we'll be back for NXT next week, as we usually are. Wednesday, we'll be here as we rewatching the Royal Rumbles. We've watched 1988, all the way up to 1996. And now it's time to finish it off as we end this season of the Royal Rumble Retro. And we watched the 1997, the 1998, and the 1999. The one right before we head into the year 2000. So come and hang out as it's the last retro episode of the Royal Rumbles before we head into and we get ready for Elimination Chamber retro videos and all of that stuff as we get ready for the Elimination Chamber. Come and hang out as we do that. And as I said, I got the Royal Rumble encyclopedia, guys. We've rewatched every Royal Rumble match from 1988 all the way up until 1996. We're going to finish those three on Wednesday. And then we have officially watched from 1988 all the way up to 2014 here on the channel, which means we just got to go next year and finish the rest, right? And we got to watch the women's ones, obviously. So come and hang out as we will be rewatching. And I guess if you haven't seen them, but that's what we'll be doing on Wednesday. Thursday, we'll be ranking every Royal Rumble match. Come and hang out as we go over, as I just said, we rewatched them all from 2014. I have rewatched every single Royal Rumble myself since we have obviously now rewatched all of those. And yeah, so we're going to rank all of them. And again, this will be my list. So don't yell at me. Don't judge me. Don't hit me. Don't be mean to me. This is my list. You could have your own personal list. Let me know what your favorite and worst Royal Rumble matches are in the comments when we go live on Thursday. Or you can tell me right now. Friday, we'll be here for a preview as we preview the Royal Rumble match. And then, or the Royal Rumble matches. And then on Friday night, we'll be here for Friday Night SmackDown as we're back here on SmackDown Friday nights as we were not here last week. But don't you worry, we'll be back for another 3-hour SmackDown. And it's going to be one heck of a time. And then on Saturday, it's Royal Rumble. It's my favorite pay-per-view of the year besides WrestleMania. It's 30 women, 30 men, 29 over the top rope. Who's main event in WrestleMania? Indianapolis, John Cena, and all the great people we could possibly see. I'm so excited. I love this week, guys. But that's what we got going on here for this week. If anybody has any more comments, any more concerns, any more questions, anything else you want to chat about, if there's anything that I am missing, let me know. I'm going to go through some of the stuff that I did have. I want to see if there's anything that I did miss. But for the most part, I think we covered everything. Like I did mention about the WWE 2K25 stuff. We will be definitely seeing more of that I said we should see, and we could be seeing more of that tonight or tomorrow. Also, apparently, WWE is working on plans to have Asuka return very soon. We have not seen Asuka in a little bit of time. Asuka is obviously part of the tag team, Damage Control, Kairi Sane, all of them. But honestly, I would not be shocked if we see Asuka, maybe Carmella. I'd love to see Alexa Bliss, but I don't know what we could. There was plans of Alexa Bliss, and apparently there weren't plans for Alexa Bliss. I hope we see Miss Alexa Bliss. I miss Alexa Bliss. Also, apparently we're bringing back to the tag team of Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, as apparently they will be going back and they will be being a tag team. And I would not be shocked maybe if they defeat Naomi and Bianca Belair. I do believe that we will see Jade Cargill on Saturday. I think Jade Cargill will come out. Maybe Bianca and Naomi are in the ring. They're having themselves a good time. Jade's music hits. Jade eliminates both of them. And we finally find out who in the heck attacked Jade Cargill. Who do you guys think attacked Jade Cargill? Speaking of WWE 2K25, also, if you did not see, WWE did announce the Deadman edition, which looks like Undertaker will be the deluxe or the Legend edition, whatever they want to call it, or, the 3 editions that they have. It looks like the Undertaker will be the deluxe and the Superstar Legends edition. We'll have to see how it all plays out. But one thing I will say about that, as much as I love myself some WWE 2K25, 2K in general, I really hope we don't get 12 Undertakers like we've been getting every year. Whoever is on the cover, we get every single superstar of them. Now, if you want to give me like 3 or 4 Undertakers, that's perfectly fine. But I just really do not need to have every single incarnation of the Undertaker in WWE 2K25 or in general. Also, Tessa Blanchard wants a match with Rhea Ripley in WWE. How would you guys feel about that? Chris Masters wants to return to WWE. Could we see Chris Masters in the Royal Rumble match? The masterpiece, if anybody could ever forget. Another guy I do not want anybody to forget about this Saturday, and we'll be talking about him a lot this week and just in general, and that is Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed has been out with an injury as of late. We will have to definitely wait and see what happens with that and everything. But I think we also could see Dragunov. We haven't seen Tyler Bate in a minute. There's a lot of names, and again, we say it every year, and I know a lot of people that say it every year. This could be the biggest Royal Rumble match of all time. It's going to be, the craziest, and everybody's going to do returns, and, but that never happens. We never see returns like that. We never see anything happen. We never get really that big and that big of returns. So I always like to say, put your expectations too low. And if something crazy happens, then it happens. And if it doesn't, then you don't go in and you don't get your hopes up and you don't get let down. And maybe that just comes with me being a Chicago sports fan and hoping for the best, but realizing for the worst. And maybe that's just not a good, But I'm just saying, don't get your guys' hopes up because we probably are going to see some crazy returns. I feel like in the men's, probably a Joe Hendry, probably the Trick Williams. We'll probably see Oba Femi. We'll probably see maybe somebody like a Wes Lee, maybe a Javon Evans. Maybe they pull somebody out like that. But I'm not going to get too excited that we're going to see all these crazy returns or anything else like that. And honestly, there's nobody that I could think of that would really show up unless maybe like Dolph Ziggler shows up as Nick Nemeth. Or the biggest return I think we could see happening is obviously Matt Cardona, Zack Ryder. I think that would be the biggest surprise of them all. Matt Cardona, Zack Ryder. But it is Royal Rumble week, everybody. And I cannot wait to continue to see what happens, what goes on this week. It's going to be an exciting week. We got a lot to do, and it's going to be one heck of a ride all the way to Indianapolis. And as we plow our way through to Lucas Oil Stadium, and then we head to the Elimination Chamber. So for now, I'm going to say goodbye. We're going to get ready for Monday Night Raw, as we'll be back here at 7 o'clock to watch the show. 2.5, 3 hours, however long it may be. We'll be here. And we'll be live for the whole thing. So, thank you guys all for coming and hanging out here with me today. Make sure that you go check out the OTM guys, Too Sweet Kyle and the crew. Make sure you go check out the Main Event Network and all of them great people. Go check out the Southside Boys, guys. I don't know if you saw, but your boy Tino all over the place on the White Sox from Sox Fest. And yes, it might only be a couple pictures or not, but hey, I'll take it. Just the fact I'm even in the video and in pictures is cool, So, go check out the Southside Boys. Go make sure you hit that like button if you have not yet on the socials. Go hit that like button on this episode. Double check, triple check. Hit that like button, or hit that subscribe button, I should say, as we are on the road to 2,500. We are now 19 subscribers away. So if you have not yet hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and turn that notification button on so you know when we go live next, which will be in about 2 hours. In 2 hours and 1 hour and 58 minutes to be exact. Guys, Have a great rest of your evening if I don't see you tonight. And if I do, I'll see you in a few hours. Go get yourself some dinner. And tonight's MVP of the first episode is our guy, Too Sweet Kyle.